Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the RotoBaller Radio Waiver Wire Series. I'm your host, Anthony Aniano, as we take a look at some pitchers who could be available in your league for the Week 18 portion of your fantasy baseball season, the week beginning Monday, July 26th. Guys, don't forget, head over to rotoballer.com and check out everything we have there. The main page, the premium package, expert chats, you name it, rotoballer.com has it for you. Whether it's baseball the rest of the way, football, MMA, esports, basketball, PGA, NASCAR, or sports betting, rotoballer.com has you covered. Whether you play DFS, season long, or both, head over to rotoballer.com and check out all the great content, including our premium packages, where you can sign up now using the promotional code ACES, save yourself a little bit of money, whether it's baseball the rest of the way or the upcoming fantasy football season. And guys, don't forget, you can also take a look at ownersbox.com. Weekly fantasy baseball is here. If you love the strategy of season-long fantasy sports, live for the short-term excitement of DFS, then be sure to try out weekly fantasy baseball contests on OwnersBox. Head on over to rotoballer.com/box and sign up today. Our friends at OwnersBox are hooking you up. All new users get up to a $500 deposit match bonus and a free RotoBaller Premium Pass valued at $99. We'll be hosting weekly free roll contests on OwnersBox as well, which are free to enter with lots of awesome prizes to the winners. Head on over to rotoballer.com/box for all the details and sign up today. All right, everybody. Week 18, the end of July, July 26th is here. Trades are happening. Rich Hill's now in New York Met. I'm excited about this. Nelson Cruz is a Tampa Bay Ray. Teams are working the trade deadline, getting ready to fortify their lineups for the home stretch of the baseball season. And you should be doing the same to your fantasy baseball lineup. So we have a couple of pitchers, a couple of relievers, a couple of starters and a couple of relievers for you to be mindful of down the stretch. And it starts in Boston with Tanner Houck. Okay. Last season in 2020, Tanner Houck, 17 innings pitched, an ERA of 0.53. Now, this season was up and down early, but now starting to make an impact for the Boston Red Sox down the stretch. A former first-round pick from just a few years ago. On July 16th, he came out of the bullpen, pitched 3 innings, got that 3-inning long save. Okay, 5 days later, 6 days later, July 22nd, gets the start against the Yankees. Goes 4 2/3 shutout innings against the Yankees. Rain comes, he doesn't come back out, doesn't get the W. But, so over his last 14 days, those are his 2 appearances. No earned runs, 11 strikeouts in 7 2/3. A whip of 0.78. Now, on the season, it's only 18 innings pitched, 23 strikeouts, 31% of the batters he's faced this year. An ERA of 2.5, an expected ERA of 2.79. So I love how similar those are. A whip is 1.17, batting average against 246. His next start, July 28th, against the Toronto Blue Jays. Tanner Houck, my number 1 pitcher ad of the week. This is a first-round pedigree talent. Pitched well in a small sample last year, pitching well in a small sample so far this year, and Boston looks like they're going to lean on him potentially as part of their one of their starters down the stretch in a pennant race with the Tampa Bay Rays. Jon Gray of the Colorado Rockies. Now, his ownership had gone up. His rostership had gone up through the roof. Then he got hurt. People dropped him, and they haven't picked him back up yet, but now's your opportunity to do so. Only 41% rostered on Yahoo. Over the last 14 days, 14 strikeouts in 13 innings pitched with an ERA of 2.08 and a whip of 1.08, including a win. His next start, July 25th. So this is for the waiver period starting July 26th. So he'll pitch Sunday. You can watch him pitch against the Dodgers. He's pitched well against the Dodgers this year. So be mindful of that. I'm not running scared of that. I've used him against LA and it's worked out fine. Jon Gray's been that good. Now, at any point, Jon Gray could be traded as well. He's been one of the pitchers on the trading block this over the last couple of weeks. So if you're hesitant, watch him pitch against the Dodgers the 25th. Hit me up on Twitter and we'll say yay or nay on Jon Gray. But on the season now, striking out 22% of the batters he's facing, 87 batters in 93 innings pitched. He's got 6 wins for a not-so-good Colorado Rocky team Whip is 1.22. Batting average against is 220. And he's got a 3.68 ERA, which you take from any pitcher from the Colorado Rockies, and an expected ERA of 3.54. Get Jon Gray out of Colorado in a pitcher ballpark. He can be tremendous down the stretch for whatever team he goes to and for your fantasy baseball team. Remember, only 41% rostered on Yahoo. Jameson Taillon of the New York Yankees, 41% rostered as well, has kind of found himself finally for the Yankees. ERA on the season is 4.60. His expected ERA, though, is 3.97. Much more respectable. And over the last 14 days, 11 1/3 innings, his ERA is 1.59. He's won 4 of his last 5 starts. He's got 5 wins on the season. His whip over the last 14 days is 0.97. Now, his next start, I'm recording this on a Friday, January 23rd. He is starting the 24th against the Boston Red Sox. Okay, so that's a fun little matchup to watch. All right, I can't predict the future. Boston is a tough lineup. I'm not running scared, though, of Taillon. Even if he gets hit a little bit, Yankees have not fared well against the Red Sox at all this year. Their schedule lightens up a little bit. Jameson Taillon, and a tough matchup against Boston could potentially drive down his fab value as well. I can't ignore that 1.59 over the last 11 1/3 innings. 89 strikeouts in 88 innings pitched this season. 24% of the batters he has faced this year, he has sat down by strikeout. A 249 batting average against. My final starting pitcher, Tylor Megill of the New York Mets. 20% rostered. And if you haven't been paying attention, he has been a savior for the Mets rotation. Right now, well, now that we acquired Rich Hill, he is the rock-solid 4th starter on the Mets, with DeGrom on the injured list, Carrasco still out, Syndergaard still out. The Mets rotation is Stroman, okay, Taijuan Walker, Rich Hill, and Tylor Megill. Now, things could change. DeGrom comes back, Carrasco comes back. Now Megill could be on the outside looking in, although I still think he'll get some spot starts because the Mets will protect their starters who have been injury-prone in their career now. DeGrom, Rich Hill, Carrasco finally coming back. You're not going to see Megill go to waste and out to pasture here, okay? 25-year-old rookie. Over the last 14 days, 9 strikeouts, 9 2/3 innings with an ERA of 0.93. Now, he doesn't even have a win on the season. The Mets haven't given him much run support, okay? He's pitching Friday the 23rd. Later today, as I'm recording this, he's pitching against Toronto. So that ERA could go up or down depending on how he does against the Blue Jays. However, on the season now, in 24 innings pitched, 28 strikeouts, a K per inning, sign me up, an ERA of 2.63. And guys, his expected ERA is even lower. It's 2.05 with a batting average against of 220, lower than any other pitcher I've mentioned so far today. Tylor Megill, becoming a key piece of that Met rotation as they try to get to the postseason. Couple of relievers to be mindful of. Joakim Soria is still floating around out there. I don't love it, full disclosure. It's a 5.40 ERA over the last 14. It's a 4.45 ERA on the season. It's a 270 batting average against. So you're saying, Anthony, why are you mentioning Joakim Soria? Well, he's got 6 saves on the season and 4 saves over the last 14 days. So if you're desperate for saves, you're looking at your categories, you can make up some ground in the save department. Joakim Soria is only 31% rostered on Yahoo. Gives you a little bit of strikeouts, 29 Ks in 28 1/3 innings this year. But he can hurt your whip and your ERA, to be honest with you. But again, it depends on what you need. If you need the saves, Soria is there. Could be moved at the trade deadline, but nonetheless right now saving games for the Arizona Diamondbacks. And finally, Peter Fairbanks of the Tampa Bay Rays. He's my reliever to add right now. Only 24% rostered. Over the last 14 days, he's pitched 5 innings, gotten 8 strikeouts, no earned runs, okay, and a whip of 0.40. 1 win and 2 saves over those 14 days. On the season, 3 wins and 5 saves. An ERA of 3, an expected ERA of 2.83, and a whip of 130. A batting average against, lowest on the table today, batting average against is only 212, striking out 28% of the batters he's facing. Listen, that Tampa bullpen has been terrific. Springs, Kittredge, now Fairbanks, all getting opportunities to get saves, to get wins, pitch multiple innings, and give you strikeouts along the way. So when I look at the starters, okay, Jon Gray, Taillon, Houck, Tylor Megill, Fairbanks, and Soria coming out of the pen, depending upon what you need. All right, everybody. Guys, if you haven't already, check out my video on the Week 18 waiver wire hitters who are available. And don't forget, head over to rotoballer.com. Like I said, check out all the great content there and check out all the great videos. Baseball and football now. I got my ADP football videos floating around on RotoBaller Radio here on YouTube or wherever you listen to your podcasts. So make sure you check all of that out as well. Follow me on Twitter at @Aniano Fantasy. As always, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Stay smart, stay safe. Have a good one, folks.